All right, so you know, it'd be great if I had a plan and I knew everything I needed to do and when I needed to do it. So I decided to work on installing the air conditioner. Before I can do that, I've got all this extra wiring that's no longer needed. That's for the auxiliary tail lights and the tag light that was here. And over here we've got the same thing, plus the warning indicator thing for the door latch being open. There's a circuit for that. So there's, all that wiring. And then there's more stuff. I don't even remember what this was for, right? And then we got the blinky lights that were up here on this side and that side. It's a huge wad of wires. Partially this, mostly this actually. Okay, so all we need is marker light on each side and the three in the middle, right there. And pretty much the rest of this stuff's going to come out in the tail lights. And then we got the sash. There's three of them on each side. We got speakers from the original radio that was in the bus. And we got that on both sides. 3 sashes and 2 speakers. And everything runs on this side of the bus. And when it needs to go to the other side of the bus, it goes over the top. I probably won't be able to pull those out because they're attached with these little plastic clips that look something like these, that are attached to the wiring harness, and then they're pushed into a hole with this Christmas tree looking thing. So the wires are all secured. And then we also, we all got the 2 roof hatch warning wires there. And there's one of those clips I was telling you about right there. So in order to pull that through, you got to rip whatever. And actually, it'd be nice if I could leave some of these in so I can feed some wires up, maybe. I don't know. I might put the wiring for the ceiling lights above the metal, and I might put the wiring for the ceiling lights below the metal. Actually, now that I'm saying it, it's going to need to go above the metal because my wiring's going to go through here, through these holes that are all up and down this range here, in this raceway I call it, and over the top in there. So yeah, it'd be good to leave these in here. I also got, there was a white strobe light on the roof back here. That's coming out. So here's a wire going to the other side right here. 2 white wires. That'll be, it's a white and a tan. That's what's going to this right here. So I might be able to, I might be able to yank this loose. Yeah, there it goes, look there. Okay, so to get the AC going, I wanted to start on stripping this out because some of this wire we need. These 2 drain hoses we need for the air conditioner that we're going to put back. I'm going to put a drain hose on each side of the drip pan, so if the bus is leaning one way or other, it'll still drain. And it's the way the bus was designed. There's a water hose on each side. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Yay. And get out all this extra wire, and it'll give me more room in here, in this little channel back here, for the wiring that I am going to keep. Plus the extra wiring I got to add. I got to add a 120 volt circuit up here to feed the air conditioner. Well, actually, I say that it's probably going to come through that hole because these refrigerant lines go back to the compressor unit, and that same path that these refrigerant lines are is where that wire is going to come through. So yeah, in order to get started in doing that, I needed to gain some momentum. So I started at the front of the bus just to kind of get in the swing of things. And there was a whole bunch of wiring for controlling the door, open and close. There were air solenoids. And there's, what else was over here? Oh, the blinky light was over here. There was a blinky light over here, and I've pulled all that out. That's all those and this one here. So now I think what I'm going to do is pull this cover off and see where these go. And these still are identifiable by either the plug, that I can remember what they are, or with the little labels that they have on the end. And what I'll do, I'm probably going to cut them off at the controller and put these labels or my own labels up there, because what that does is it gives me the option to repurpose the circuits that these switches are connected to if I decide I want to run things off the chassis battery. And I just noticed gosh darn it, I was moving my seat and walking it around, and I ripped my darn floor mat. I was keeping this because the rest of it was all in good enough shape. Now I'm not going to be able to live with it. So I guess I got to replace this now. I didn't really want to get into this because I thought it was in good enough shape, and it looks like a pain in the butt to deal with because it's underneath that and that. Well, oh well. So yeah, I'm going to get into that. Yeah, it looks like a real mess, but it's not really that bad. Just look at it as one wire at a time. All this is just going to stay. Well, whatever I don't pull out from down there of this is going to stay. And then I'll tape it up and I'll, put it back in the route that I would like it to go to, because it never was routed very well. It didn't route through here like I'd like it. And I already cut a few of these ground wires off just to get it disconnected. And so, all right, man, still busy at it.